Ah, there we go. I'm always a little bit worried when I load the game in and the music doesn't immediately start. It's kind of, okay, are you processing in the background or are you waiting for something? Okay, so if you'll excuse me just a moment, because I realised that apparently I have I have an annoying cough. Apparently I have an annoying cough. And I also have less than 6 hours of space left available on my drive. So I am just quickly moving everything over, or setting it up so it gets moved over anyway. And hello, I am not a bot. Hope your day has been going well, and hope things have been generally decent for you within the past 5-ish days. So anyway, we left off the last stream getting absolutely beaten down by Barcelona, so we're going to have to deal with them at some point. We are 350 gold in the negative, so hopefully we'll be able to manage things at least a little bit easier, though we do have a couple of factions against us. Oh, and apparently our son... Oh, okay, this wasn't our heir, but apparently he's still a knight. Okay, why? Oh, gangrene. Oof. Too late for caution. Let's just see what happens, because gangrene, yeah. That means that the limb just needs to be completely chopped off. Well, thankfully, it looks like he's actually gotten rid of that ailment, which is a good thing. Granddaughter's been imprisoned because we are apparently... Someone's sieging down some of our areas. Synergized friendship, sure. And there's one of our other children coming of age, or can already marry. I'm aware that, yes, she is a fornicator. She's already had a child. Though that child does have some pretty good traits. So I'm not too mad. I'm not too mad about that. Let's see. I can legitimize him. Let's see. Arranged marriage. Is there anyone who is appropriate? Not really. There are, of course, dangerous factions. We're low control. We're in debt. We'll ask our head of faith for gold. 162 for 250 piety. Fail to treat kin. I don't really worry about that. Powerful councillors or powerful vassals want to be on the council. So let's just see if there's anyone even remotely good. Hey, is our marshal good at anything else? He is not. Though he's also apparently fairly wounded, so he may not be around for too much longer. Let me just say that. Yep. Ailing, flagellant, severely injured, and stress level 2. Hello there, Toxicite. Are we winning? We've only just started, and unfortunately last time we got beat pretty bad by Barcelona, so we are trying to figure out what on earth we are going to do. Okay, so we have a random courtier and friend. So this is also part of our house dynasty. She is an annoying waste of money, but her exaggerated antics are quite entertaining. So we can dismiss her as our court jester. We'll lose 15 gold but gain 75 prestige. Yeah, let's just do that one. All things considered, I do find her amusing. So yeah, we have not been doing too well, unfortunately, Toxicite. Okay. No. Rally the troops. Where are you? Okay, well, we'll raise all of our... Okay! I think that is the first time I've ever really seen that happen. It is no longer valid to continue. Okay, fine. I guess I will disband my army then. I guess I will disband that. Don't quite know why that happened. One of the mysteries of the game. So whereabouts are we? Quite a way away in terms of the re-inheriting this and getting it back into our hands. Okay, so who is Ledron? Oh, our son. So 11% chance, so 1 in 9 getting any of those would be pretty decent. Reva. Okay, an infantryman is trying to convince his commander, my vassal Mayor Mujahid, of the advantages of an alternative strategy. So mediate 1 martial lifestyle perk. Yes, we will do that. So we can adopt this innovative strategy. Yeah, actually, let's discuss the strategy. Can we marry into Barcelona is a good question. Actually, that is a very good question. I keep on, admittedly thinking about war rather than necessarily logic and alliances. Okay, so you are our heir. There we go. Okay, that's the child we want to marry you to. They will accept. So let me just check that. So that is you, and yes, you will be the second in line. So we may have to do a little bit of murdery murder, but you know, we always like murdery murder here, don't we? My peaceful English stream are the symbol of peace and prosperity. Okay, so which one do we want to go down? I think if we go down the strategist route, and we'll do that. But yeah, that I don't know what it is, but I always keep on forgetting that, you know, I could actually marry into these families. Like, I could marry into the Kingdom of Leon if they weren't so horribly, horribly inbred. I seriously cannot believe how bad they are. I am sorry. It's like, oh, you managed to get out 2 children before. And actually, you ended up pretty good getting those 2. Let's actually see. Apparently, oh, right, that's my niece. That would be why it ended up being so good, right? Okay. Right. Just forget that bunch of your family that are abominations. I completely forgot that this was actually part of my family, technically speaking. I completely forgot about that. Oops. Okay, anyway, back to Leon. Okay, anyway. So, yes, very interesting family tree here. Seriously, how are these people related? Though, because I keep on clicking on them and they are not necessarily showing the right people. Oof. Yeah, inbred but a giant, so she's gonna definitely be an imposing force to fight against. You have been disinherited. You are inbred and slow. You are inbred and spindly. And you are inbred, slow, and a giant. So who on earth is your heir? So this 14-year-old who is unfortunately already betrothed. And then it is you. And then you, and then... Yeah, no one I really want to marry, I'm sorry. Even the logistics and the potential alliances are no-go for me. So, who? Oh, goodness. Wow. That is even worse. Honestly, if I'm being honest, that is probably even worse. But let's actually just see. Would you know? Faith differs, opinion. So if I got opinion up with you a tiny bit, maybe. So we'll try and sway you. And then in the meantime, admittedly you are ill. We'll just see, so 10 years old. Actually, you would marry her, and if anything happens, there's always the 1-year-old. It's always just the 1-year-old, isn't there? They send a betrothal. That is probably my youngest son. Yes, it is. Oh, no. No, yes. Okay, I was a little bit confused because there were a couple of different ones. So we are now potentially, yep, allied to Duke Sancho V Violentes of Gascoigne. This 4,500 troops. And should be, okay, not quite allied to Barcelona. So that's a little bit of disappointment. So some months have passed since I decided to let Thashim, my court jester, continue her parasitic life at my court. Her stories are getting funnier, her rhymes sharper, and her compliments more pleasing. Interesting. So she could become our court poet. We could say you could do even better. So 70% chance that she has already reached the peak of her abilities. We'll just say I knew you were good for something. Grandeur goes up to level 5. Okay, apparently she wasn't actually my court jester. I don't know why it said that it was. So peering through the dusty murk of the armory, my gaze travels over multiple different weapons of war. Like a rusty farming tool. Okay, so this is a sickle, right. So I wonder if this could be repurposed, or that's enough of that. Nah. Seeing as that's enough of that will give us stress because we're diligent, I wonder if this could be repurposed. So, blade tapers to a point at one end and disappears into the tang at the other. Leave a length of slightly rusty but still sharp iron. So if you straightened out the blade, it could be a useful dagger. So 79% chance you fashion a rudimentary dagger. 54% chance fashion a rudimentary halberd. Or why don't we just leave it as it is? Let's just try and leave it as it is. There is an event in our court. Let's have a look. The Gallant Knight. So this is our nephew, who is apparently somewhat decent. So I'll speak well of him. He is the new Lord of Account, or he will serve as my personal champion because there's no way I'm giving up territory. And this is our son, who also wants a position. So, you know what? You could be our court musician. That will be fine. Anything else needing our attention? Doesn't look like it. And there we go. Perfect the way it is. Okay, apparently it's known as a bill hook. So what other secrets do our humble farmers hold? 100 martial lifestyle and a bill hook artifact. Or we distribute them through the realm. Holding taxes in farmland plus 5%, but only for 5 years. No, we'll just say what other secrets do we hold. And of course, we do get this. So it's a weapon. Prowess +1, prestige -0.1 a month, and levy reinforcement rate +5. versus the axe that we've got, prowess and knight effectiveness. Yeah, I think we'll keep it. I think we'll keep it the way it is. Right. Oh, and Toxicite. I completely forgot to say on the Discord, but I did see the video of the kitten ambush. I had seen it before, and yes, I think my husband would be well, I think I would probably get a long-suffering sigh from him if that actually happened to us in real life. Plus, I think my current cat Ollie would probably just pack his bags and leave home. Hello there, Jazzy May. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping by. But yeah, it's like I love the fact in the video that it's pretty much you have one kitten who apparently he's named Scout. That obviously is in the road. So it's like he stops and picks up Scout, and then you just see, oh, there's 4 more kittens. Now there's 5 more. Okay, now there's 12 in total. What are we going to do with them? Incoming advert. There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be, unless you've refreshed. No, even then, I've just checked. There still should be 10 minutes of ad-free stuff going on. Hey, lose 45 stress. That's good. That's good. Yes, kitten heaven. Oh my goodness. And yeah, there we go. Our marshal died from his wounds, which I was pretty much expecting. We have you, 23 skill, so we'll get you on that. And yeah, absolute kitten heaven. I can agree with you there, Jazzy May. I was saying that if that happened to me in real life, my husband would probably just let out his usual long-suffering sigh. Though I also think Ollie would probably just pack his bags and leave. Because, oh my goodness, 12 kittens. Yeah, I was going to say, Toxicite, I don't have the adverts scheduled to run anymore. I just do a section before or while I'm setting up the stream, just so I can avoid having people getting pre-roll ads for like the first 25-ish minutes. You felt your heart melt when you saw those kittens, then cry for your wallet if your girlfriend had that happen to us. Yes. I can't imagine how much it would have cost to actually take care of all 12 of them. But if I'm being honest, the fact that that video has gone so viral, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if some people had already like started donating to help take care of the little fluffy babies. Oh no. Oh, smallpox. That's not good. That's not good. Can we kick her out? Can we dismiss? Okay. Technically, no. Technically, no. Okay, so you're collecting taxes. And I want to change culture on some of these places. Okay, daughter. Oh, my wife. My wife. I read that as my daughter. No, that's my wife. Choice is up to my wife. Because honestly, I don't think she's going to survive. Oh, increased control has finished. We'll send you over to the next one. So we just see 8 months there. Do that one. And yet, no longer a court poet. Fine, that was to be expected. My wife is still ill. So yeah, Jazzy May, what would you do if you suddenly have 12 kittens that you needed to look after? So I imagine it would be quite a hectic event. I imagine it would be quite a hectic little event. Okay, my wife has recovered. There we go. Victims have either all recovered or departed from this world. So finally we can rest and mourn. So, list of inheritance here. Okay. I already set that out then. So we got our granddaughter betrothed to the second in line to the throne of West Francia. That is very good forethought from me. And then of course the King of Burgundy. His wife is my niece, and apparently they've had 6 kids. May as well be children with how many there are. Yeah, but people complain if you shut children into a room and then just leave their food and water on the floor. People complain if you do that. Yeah, I do honestly sometimes say Ollie's a little fluffy toddler with how he acts. It's just some of the like, being so demanding of where his breakfast is and eating stuff that he's not meant to and getting into mischief. He's such a little kitty toddler sometimes. Such a little kitty toddler. Okay. What is our chance to murder you? 66%. What is our chance to murder you? 95%. Okay. Now we'll just keep up diplomatic niceties. Okay, we'll accept that. I have no idea where that is. Oh, right there. Why is that still technically considered under mine? Is it just because we're allied, I guess? But I guess. Yeah, so how is your little baby kitten doing? Still being kitteny and mischievous, I presume? Still being very kitteny and mischievous. Anyway, I was getting distracted. So Spymaster. Support schemes. Good. Okay. So murder. 66% chance. 81% to keep it... 1 moment, Jazzy May, because I know I have a quick link to it, I hope. So if you just give me 1 moment, I'll probably actually be able to put the thing up. Okay, this is admittedly on Reddit rather than the actual site. It's Instagram, which I probably don't actually have linked on. Let me actually see Instagram kitten ambush. Let me see if I can actually find... Okay, well, there's loads and loads and loads of links on it, let me just say that. But yeah, there is an Instagram. There we go, got his Instagram account. Okay. Oh, and apparently there's an adoption day going on. So yeah, feel free to squee at the cuteness. So yeah, there's his Instagram account as well, and you can see obviously like the last 9 posts seem to be all about the babies. Ah, no, okay, one of them is about going to the shooting range, but all the others are pretty much the kittens. And one of them is also a puppy, unfortunately. Yeah, quite a lot of information and updates on them. But yeah, obviously, just because of how much attention that's all gotten, I'm envisioning that things are gonna be pretty good. Just in terms of general awareness. Oh, so yes, we do have some pictures on my Discord, so come on, keyboard. I think I may need to get a new keyboard soon because things are not working too well, as it always seems to take a moment to need to wake up. But that should be a direct link to two of Toxicate's little kitties. A little kitty and a big little kitty. That was posted about 3 weeks ago, so knowing kittens, she's probably a lot bigger than that now. Seriously, I look at pictures of Ollie when he was a little tiny baby still with his mum and family, and it's like, how were you ever that tiny? Seriously, how were you ever that tiny? Oh no. Ooh, okay, that was our second to last son. But that was unfortunate. Who were you? Right, that is not good. Okay, so I was going to say, if I recall, we do have the ability to work off some of our stress. So yes, we will go and do that. Okay, so that's not enough, I think, as I put down the training axe. So we can commission an extra heavy one, get good exercise for a year. We can ask our son over. So potentially a 19% chance that either we or he would gain the trait wounded. 4% chance both of us get wounded. Let's try that one. Ah, we gained the trait wounded, and that means we are at death's doorstep. Unfortunately, oh dear. Hey, posture check. Yep, I am sitting nice and comfortably and well. Thank you for that. Always good to just double check. Oh, okay. Not quite at death's door. We managed to have our court position treat us reasonably successfully, thankfully. So how can we get you back in? Yeah, I am just trying to think. We just had this event game. Seriously, we just had this event. Hello there, Dabine. Hot dog is absolutely a taco. It is. It is. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy yourself. Okay, so do we still have the same outcomes? Yes, so we'll make a dagger this time. If the game's going to give us this event twice, then I'm going to choose a different option. Okay, makeshift dagger, or we could say it's even better than my one. Skirmisher recruitment cost minus 50% for 5 years. Okay, wow. Yes. Yes, I think I will do that. So let's go over here and let's see. Or do we actually not have any skirmishers? That may have been a wasted option. That may have been a wasted option. Yeah, no problem for lurking. I really appreciate lurkers. I know that not everyone necessarily wants to come into a stream and chat away, so yeah. Feel free to hang out, feel free to chat, feel free to go back to lurking if you want to do so. Okay, so you want to negotiate. Do we actually have no, you'll find no deal here. We don't overly need anything that you're offering. Aquitaine. We don't have anything from the looks of it. No, okay, so there's... Oh, I was going to say there's no one we can marry, but yes, there is, because you have just been born. So, inheritance, let me just check that. Ah, male only. That would be why. Probably not worth it then. Set the plan in motion. Yes. Okay, I'll read this in a second. So the older black one was a rescue kitty, found hiding under a truck during 4th of July when the fireworks were going off. Every 4th of July he is traumatized. Oh. You need to get him little kitty ear defenders. You need to get him like little kitty ear defenders then. Yeah. I trust that obviously you do your best to try and make sure he's comforted and he's got a good hidey hole. I trust you're new, or you're known well enough to do that. And yes, glad you saved him indeed. Oh, okay. Masenda is dead, so the flaming arrow blazed a burning path across the harbour. All passengers entered in the water, and fine fabric gets so heavy when wet. Unfortunately, the archer could not be found. Such a tragedy. So I probably want to make sure. Let me just see, 43 years old and fine. So maybe you could squeeze out another child, but the odds of that are probably a little less. So I think we'll wait to assassinate you, just because we want to make sure that we can let this person grow up at least a little bit more. Okay, yeah, you can keep deceitful because that is positive to intrigue +4, yes. Okay, so this is our court jester, so 25 stress. 27 stress rather. Yep, we'll take that. Oh, yes, control did finish. So we want to put you there. Wait a moment, because one of my Steam notifications just popped up and completely blocked me from seeing if I'd unpause the game. So yes, this is now more of a waiting game than anything else. So we need Gascoigne, a bit of Gascoigne, we need Barcelona, we need a bit of Burgundy, and we need a bit of Navarra. If we are... Okay, good, you're not able to hear that. And we have died. So rests in the arms of the Lord at 63 years of age. Once famous for his looks, fate cursed him with a life long enough to witness his beauty slowly wither away. Okay. So what titles did we lose? The Duchy of Castile and a few counties. And then the Duchy of Asturias. Not wither away, yes, unfortunately. Unfortunately so. So if we go back, so we had a ruler for 34 years dying at 69, 38 dying at 62, 14 dying at 65, 41 years dying at 68, and there we go, 31 years dying at the age of 63. So we were the culture head of Basque at the time of his death. We were dreaded. We were illustrious, a devoted servant. We had the lifestyle martial focus. And we fought in 3 offensive and 6 defensive wars. So here we go. Continue as King Mohammed. So let's have a look at us. We are unfortunately wounded. We are flagellant, which is not a good method of stress relief. We have 4 children, age 43. Our wife is 34 with the pure-blooded trait. So our son and heir did end up with the pure-blooded trait. Unfortunately, only intelligent and robust. Did end up with giant. But we have betrothed him to someone who has the beautiful trait. So fingers crossed we'll be able to do something about that. So our 9-year-old daughter is not betrothed to anyone. Now I have to deal with all the red numbers. Yes. All the red numbers and... Oh, okay, this is not searching by genetic traits. That's better. So there is of Burgundy, but I think he's probably going to be related to us. So let's just see, you are 9 years old. So let's go up a little bit and see if anyone is particularly good. Of our dynasty. Who are you? Oh, of Navarra. That could be interesting. Let me have a look. Are you... Yes, you are in the line of succession. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because then we can potentially... Oh, wait, not in prison. I was going to say, not in prison, murder. So 61% chance. Then it was you for a 41% chance. And then it is you for a 41% chance. So maybe. Okay, decisions available. Hold court. Lifestyle. Learning. So we are already a theologian. It's going to be nice. Our learning is 22. How much piety are we getting a month at? 5.9. So we probably don't need to do that. I think we'll go for medicine. Focus. A small boost in health, especially given our age. Is probably a good idea. Need to fill all our council positions. So, steward. Who is good? Basically no one. Marshal, who is good? Our previous one. Spymaster, who is good? And who will actually like me? Is probably a good question. So minus 100. Oh. No, we probably don't want you there, so we will instead choose you. And honestly, is 11 really our best steward? Really? Might as well put you in there then. So it's only bumped him up to minus 65. How are the religion and culture maps looking? So religion is, I would say, somewhat decent. We have Ashari and Moraladi down south. We still have Catholic, and there is a little bit of Mozarabic coming through. And we also have, oddly enough, a little bit of Orthodoxy here. Otherwise, Catholic, Insular, we've got a few Asatru and Adamantites. Okay, good thing I've got the nudity sensor on. So we do not want to be clicking on that ruler. Anything else that is particularly of note? I don't think so. Most of this just seems to be as it usually is. And then the culture map. So we are trying to spread Basque across northern Iberia, at least for the moment. And then obviously when we manage to actually get all of these bits of land around here, we will be trying to flip over to that Zarak. So we need, where is it? Old Vasconia. So yeah, you can see that we are unfortunately not being too successful in terms of actually, you know, getting the land, but we'll get there. I'm pretty sure we'll get there at some point. So yeah, that is definitely going to be our immediate. So our short-term goal is obviously going to be pushing through Basque culture and then trying to get that old religion re-established. Okay. Someone fighting, so we'll just give you training blades to sort that out. I was going to say, that's on display. I don't know quite what you're telling me about that's new. Quite sure. But either way, anyway, you've got a fair few decent cool artifacts around. And there we go, we are the dynasty head. And getting quite a few people coming through with various claims to various different bits. Okay, demand payment. The hook for 50 gold. We earn 90 inherit titles that are already all in our realm. Same with that one. Create the Duchy of Galicia, but we don't have enough gold. Okay, you are being educated in martial. There we go. And our son is being educated in learning, so we are probably going to be the best one. Yes, we indeed are. Declare wars. New tapestry has low durability. Honestly, I'm just going to let that one degrade. And low stability. So we'll get to that one in a moment. And let's do a hold court just to get that out of the way. Okay, what is this? So I represent the religious community of Lerma. We have come across a very peculiar book. The cover was dusty, the binding fragile, and the pages were yellowed by time, but they contained the most unusual drawings, and the script itself was unknown to us all. We are certain it is unique in the world, a long-lost vault of knowledge, a true treasure. Perhaps it's the original copy of the Will of God, or a memoir from the world's creation. So, mysterious book. So, monthly prestige plus 5%. Because we have a high learning skill, we can say, let me have a look at it. So we gain our learning by 1 and 75 prestige. 66% chance or 33% chance we can say it's a badly crafted fake, gaining 150 prestige and increasing our learning by 2. Because we are zealous, We could say it must be a work of Satan, burn it. Or we could say who cares about books. Yep, no problem, Toxicite. Hopefully I'll see you a bit later. If not, hopefully I'll see you in the next stream. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Okay, so because we have two options here that are trait-led, I'm going to have to flip a coin. So heads is going to be, let's have a look at it. Tails is going to be burn it. So let's do flip a coin. And preparing to flip. Heads. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I did not want to burn that. Book is indeed old, but it is just a Greek Bible. Okay, so this is Asturias. Will be a bastion of the realm in exchange for greater commitment. Fortification rights. Okay, unfortunately, we'll gain stress because we are trusting. Increases feudal taxes. Yeah, okay. Sure. So it'll be cheaper for you to fortify, but you're going to pay me more tax. Okay, so this is someone who is stating that this is... Okay, yeah, salvation must be achieved through every means because we are zealous. So that does mean that we will follow through with any claims of the world is going to end soon. And obviously just keeping an eye when October. Okay, so in a few months that will be fine. And obviously because all of these we've because when we inherited the land kind of split apart because of our siblings, we don't control as much land as we could have normally done. Ask our head of faith for gold, 100. Yep, go on. Because unfortunately we are not as good as our father was. So we can say managed domain. Doesn't even get us anything. It doesn't even get us anything extra. So we're on 0.6 gold a month. And there we go. They are now married. Yay. Now please give some kids with those 4 good genetic traits. Yep, hope you have a good lunch, Jessie May. Hope you have a good lunch. Hey, a lost Viking. So, my name is Vigfus, been living in the county of Mallorca for years. Mallorca? Okay, recruit him. Oh, wait, no, not me. No, definitely different to Mallorca. Okay. A good act doesn't balance out the bad. As you serve the village, yep, you may live for now. So, yep, we'll just say that. And so, who are you? So, unfortunately, we can't offer vassalage. His realm is distant from yours. And unfortunately, we do not have a casus belli to declare war on him. Igneous, hot dog is a sideways sub. I was going to argue no, and then I remembered that, oh yeah, subs are not cut all the way through, are they? But surely a sub is a sideways hot dog. Which one was created first is the main question. Did the hot dog precede the sub? Did the hot dog precede the sub? Is probably the question we need to be asking. Okay, and obviously you wouldn't accept vassalage either. Hey, we've lost the trait wounded. Okay, so mercenary group once again. Let the locals handle it. I think we'll implore them to leave, and we got a peaceful resolution. Okay, so this is Zealous. I think we'll probably say we'll consult with more priests. Something that major is probably what we want to be considering. Okay, I'm intrigued, Igneous. Hot dogs came first, kinda. Oh, the hot dog sausage. Okay, yeah. So yeah, what did I say? A sub is a sideways hot dog, and a hot dog is a subset of a taco. Ergo, a sub is a variation on a taco as well. Yeah, I put that thing in the title just because I wanted to have a little bit of fun with people today and just discussing it. The taco is first. Ooh. You've become my spy master with a skill of 1. That is not good. Okay, keep the trait humble. Get deceitful or honest. I mean, we are trusting ourselves, so yeah, we'll just do that one. But yeah, the tackle came first because I'm pretty sure that Mexico probably had tacos for a long time before the hot dog was created. Okay, so what do I want to go for here? Town Maven. Oh, I think I want to go for this one. Oh, I think I want to go for this one. Okay, probably not the customers because that is language and cultural acceptance, which is going to be fine. Not that one. Okay, so the taco was first introduced to the US in 1902, but the hot dog was introduced in the 1860s. If we're talking sausages, then they go back to the age of Greeks. So I'm talking about tacos in general. And I am talking about hot dogs as we would know them, as in the sausage in the bun. So the taco itself predates the arrival of the Spanish in Mexico. So tacos go back before the 15th, 16th century. Taco is 18th century as far as people can guess. I am being told something different. I am finding something different. But anyway, I think I'm going a little bit off topic where I'm supposed to be going. So anyway, we'll unlock influential cities. Every city increases the monthly development growth of its county by plus at 20%. The claim on the original Wienerwurst is 1484. That actually feels a lot later than I thought it would actually be. Because given that obviously in Scotland we've got haggis, which is obviously meat, onions and such in a sheep's stomach, which, as far as I'm aware, goes back centuries and centuries. I would have thought that the Wienerwursts would have been, or sausages in general, would have actually been created a lot sooner because the idea is the same. And being subs just sideways tackles based on cube rule of food. That's what I was arguing. And then we got into a discussion of, okay, what actually came first, the hot dog or the tackle? So that's where we are at the moment. Okay, so our sister attempted murder. That may have been our uncle. Oh. Ignis is very much a debater. Yes, I've seen that. Yes, I think I've experienced that. And oh no. So, unfortunately, our son was stillborn. A shame. Nothing out of you two as of yet. Okay, I'm gonna presume the cap, no cap thing is a, it makes sense to you two. I'm just gonna say that, I'm just gonna accept that that makes sense to you. Oh, hang on. You two are independent. Navarra is very much underpowered. Ah, okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Bean. So unfortunately we do not have a casus belli on either of you, and you will not accept vassalage. So guess what we're doing? Guess what we're doing? We are making claims. Like internet lingo, yes. Unfortunately, I'm starting to get to that age where it's like, okay, I do not know the slang that all these young people are using nowadays, as I need to have up Urban Dictionary and Know Your Meme up for understanding a bunch of these things. Okay, so anatomical studies, we'll grab that one. Okay, my knight Gillen, naked as the day he was born, chasing my court jester with an axe. So we can lose 36 stress. Our knight gains no raiment for 5 years and grows closer to forming a rivalry. Or we could say no matter how fun this is, give him back his clothes. No, we'll just point and laugh. As bad as it is. I'll just say we'll point and laugh. Oh, and apparently one of our counsellors drank himself to death. Unfortunately, he was also the good one. Okay, so 4 months over here. Yeah, let's do that one. And unfortunately, I really dislike that you cannot change your court chancellor. I know why. It's just really aggravating seeing him sitting there with a skill of 8. And I know that he's not going to be able to do anything. Oh. That is interesting. So the Kingdom of France, or West Francia. Okay, so they are actually going to be going to the same person. Who did I marry? I swear I married someone off. I swear I married someone off to a relative, but I can't remember now. Okay, so this is King of Leon. Truce for 10 years, of course. Gives me a bit of money, so of course I will do that. Designate a guardian. You are getting educated in monetary matters. Is anyone actually good? Probably not really. Oh, hang on a minute. Of Navarra. Clash. Okay, so we can only get one bit of territory. So you would become independent getting that, unfortunately. Yeah, would become independent. Seize that de jure. My claims, unfortunately. Oh, hang on a minute. We could actually claim the county of yep. Yes, we will do that. Yes, we will do that. All that debating. All that debating. It's like, nope, just go for it straight yourself. It'll give us a bit of entertainment while we're waiting for those claims to come through. Okay, 20 months for down there, so we'll grab you and put you there. And what this should also mean, we can grab the kingdom title, we can dissolve it, and then because we have... I cannot remember... I was going to say, I cannot remember what it is. Visigothic codes. So because of this, we have high partition, which means that even when we die, the kingdom title of Navarra will not be created, which means we'll have these little bits of territory to ourselves. And even if they do go to the second son, they will still be in our territory. Let's hope. Oh, Ireland's apparently taking a bit of northern France. I see they're still intent on taking over England. Is what, well, kind of what I was hoping for with my previous playthrough, but with Wales instead of Ireland. And we're losing almost 10 gold a month. We seriously need some territory back. We seriously need some territory back. So where are we going to head into? Conciliation. At the moment, though, hostility is very, very close behind. Hostility is very close behind. No, we are doing fine. I know you guys want money, but we are doing fine ourselves. Okay, so fickle, content, or trusting. I say we're trusting, but we're also fickle. So yeah, we'll just let him keep fickle then. %94%. And then we could probably just come over here, fight them. So this is our half-brother. Has gotten betrothed to... Ah, there we go. So the Duke of Gascoigne. So an alliance has been formed. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like... Yeah, so this is going to be one that we probably have to wait and inherit that title to be able to take it. So I'm starting to learn my lesson somewhat. I'm starting to learn my lesson somewhat from all of the wars I've been trying to do and then getting absolutely smashed underfoot. Okay, musicians. That will just say so beautiful. Pass on for the next one. And there we go, enforced demands. And we get the Kingdom of Navarra, and King Gillen becomes our vassal. So be it. And we extend our reach just a little bit further. So destroy title for 800 prestige. Yep, there we go. Grab restraint, just because that is the one on the path to getting know thyself. Okay, Barcelona. I say, let me just check that no one has usurped Oh dear. Well, you're not doing too well either. Inbred and hunchback. So you are 12 years old. You are spendthrift. Our wife is pregnant once again. So the good thing is, even if she does have a son, it won't affect our inheritance line any. So honestly, we could probably break this betrothal if we wanted to. There's no overly good reason why they should still be as such. Oh yeah, probably want to check our prisoners as well. So, mass ransom. And we probably actually want to disband all our troops as well. Anyone else we can ransom for money? Or 1 gold? Yeah, I think we'll leave you in there for a bit. So negotiate your release. And I think rather than renounce claims and renounce claims, so negotiate the release of you two. And there we go. There is our third. Yeah, our third son. And this one, so more county control. Jeez. I swear this feels like these always go back into needing some control. Yeah, she kind of does look like a prisoner in that, doesn't she? Just because of the association of the black and white stripes. Okay, so this is our half-brother and sister-in-law with a daughter who just has level 1 quick. Okay, both of those betrothals, and apparently quite a lot is happening in our court. Let's see, Epicurean entertainment. Courtiers are enjoying themselves. They're closer to forming a friendship, or should let them be. And artifacts. So what do we have here that's new? And oh, we got the Tales of King Fanatic back. Got that back. That's nice to see. Sturdy throne. Interesting. Prestige and court grandeur bonus. That is... Ooh, letter from Pope Urbanus. Piety, head of faith opinion and court grandeur bonus. Of course we will grab that one. And anything else that we could potentially put up? I think that is probably good. We'll just do that. Yeah, you are getting scarily powerful. And yeah, unfortunately, like we could do a struggle clash, but it would cost us 540 prestige, and the military strength is similar, so probably not something we want to consider right at this moment. You know, we actually want to think about things like making sure that we have enough land under our control. You know what you need? A husband. Okay, she's 52 years old, so she's not going to have any more children, unfortunately. It's a shame because she did have some good traits. So what wars are you up against? Okay, just a couple of land goals. 96 gold for that. Ouch. We will take it. Because unfortunately he's not good enough to get a claim on the duchy. Yes, I'll go ahead of Faith for Gold some more. And you have just realised that I'm trying to fabricate claims. Yes. There we go, that's what I was waiting for. So he wants to make a cabinet. Legendary and renowned throughout the world. Of course. Of course we will spend the money on that. You just better make sure it's good. Oh, all the titles are already in our realm. And we can... Okay, I was going to say we can finally ransom you, but no, that's only 12 gold. How much can you pay? 50? Note the crown is only coming off once I am dead. And end this foolish endeavour immediately, please. Okay, so this is... Okay, well, 50-50 chance. But at least if it goes into the bad one, the artifact might be of a lesser quality that one. Refuses to listen. It was worth a shot. We have discovered a manualism. Let me remind myself what that one is. Here we go. All early medieval era economic buildings unlocked. So our current cultural fascination is royal prerogative, and mangonels is our current exposure. Okay, that's working fine for me. Cadet branch. And astute intellectual. Not bad there. Level 2 and gains the trait Weaver, which is not amazing. Honestly, not amazing. Anyway, know thyself, so we will know when we are 1 year away from dying. And if it is the same as it is previously, it is pretty much exactly... Well, okay, not pretty much. It is exactly 1 year to the day. So dedicate artifact. So to my wife, only the Lord, or no need for dedication. Now we'll do the faith option. So this is, yes, just a duchy title. So 14, 15. Okay, so when these two get married, I think it's probably going to be maybe an idea to try and kill her father. Because maybe then that will end up in our territory. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Okay, so what do we have? 20 learning, but no physician traits. 10 learning, but no physician traits. 17 and 2-star physician. Yeah, we'll go for Maria. Okay, Royal Court event. Wife wants a position. We'll just say come off it. Oh, and another child. So this one actually has a few genetic traits. And here we go. So this is what I was waiting for. Our son, player, heir and knight. has had a child, admittedly a daughter, but let's see. No. Disappointing in every single way. Disappointing in every single way. Conciliation is leading by a smaller, or leading by a slightly larger percentage then. I would love a critique of the cabinet I'm in the midst of crafting for you. Herbert's the ragged cupboard and inside is nothing but a tiny model. Like, for your sake, this had better be only a prototype. We will become the owner of miniature cabinet. Must be a child to equip as an inventory artifact. Oh, that is actually quite cute. And it would give you building construction time minus 15%. Okay, I'll just say, for your sake, this had better only be a prototype. Because when I wanted a cabinet built, that was not what I was envisioning. That was not what I was envisioning. Okay, 3 years left on that. And increase county control. And there we go, ram-lid cabinet. Constructed from oak and painted with symbols tied to Basque culture. So piety, renown and court grandeur bonus. That looks like we want to put it on display. So where can this go? Over here. That is nice. That is definitely nice. Let's actually see, where is our court grandeur baseline of 51 actually. So we would actually get up to, oh, sorry, let me just stretch a bit. Okay, unlocks the convince de jure territory councillor task. What is this? Targets a de jure county of the councillor's liege that is owned by an independent ruler. When the county is persuaded, they will ask their ruler to release them to their de jure liege. Okay, I think I get that. I think I get that. Let me actually just see if there are any other options that I have been missing out on. Okay, so we could go for an administrative court. That could be interesting. Though we cannot change back to your current court type once we adopt a new one. Okay, yep, we'll do an administrative court then. And of course, culture language, Basque. Yeah, we'll just leave that one as it is then. Okay, apparently we'll get that back, sure. Holy Banner of Muhammad. Obviously we are not Muslims, so we cannot get all of the benefits of it, but it still gives us a small amount of court prestige just having it in our hands. Yeah, you are definitely getting ridiculously large. So what do we have here? Okay, so only one kingdom title. From the looks of it, yes. So unfortunately that realm will not be split up. So let's see, are you any good? Not really. We'll just send you back to your master. I have no need for you, so sorry. Who are you at war at? Oh, just someone wanting a claim. Police control has finished there. So let's have a look. 3 months. Oh, hang on. What was that? What was that? County of Benevente. In... you can't really benefit from that one. Marriage. We'll accept. Alliance with Barcelona. Okay, and you are, yep, definitely way too old. Barcelonian claim on a place in West Francia. Probably be why you readily accept it. Okay, so obviously I'm just having a bit of a think. Having a bit of a think as to what we can actually do. For the moment, it looks like Barcelona is going to win that pretty handily. Okay, someone wants to fabricate a hook. Has now been abandoned. So that is you down there to do that one. And yes, we are definitely going into the conciliation phase. Okay, second daughter, better than the first. Still got giant rather than pure-blooded. We've discovered royal prerogative. So let's see. We have all of the tribal innovations. So let's have a look. Which ones in the early medieval do we want to go for? So burrs, horseshoes. Hereditary rule is probably not going to be that useful because we've already got the option for a high partition. 35 development could be good. Naval speed, probably not something we need. Chronicle writing, bailiffs. Honestly, I think chronicle writing is probably actually going to benefit us quite a bit more. So we'll go for that one, and then we can wrap up probably some of these up here in the military space. The Ramalid House banner. In... Probably I'm not going to worry about that. Start holding a feast. Let's just see how this goes then. Thankfully, we are actually getting a bit more money through now. I think part of it was honestly the low control and then a little bit of us being a new ruler, so opinions weren't that great for us. Let's go through some more. Right, so apparently someone is trying to take that bit of territory, which is going to be annoying if it works, because I just got a claim on that area. And proposal. Which just between those two is fine. Nope, realm is distant from yours, minus 250. Yeah, realm is distant, so they're not going to like me unless I have probably land right next to them. Is once again going to be unfortunate. Okay, so we are going to be heading into compromise regardless. Okay, some projects. Yeah, sure, go for it. I have no complaints. I was going to say, I thought you were a bit too old to have children, but no, squeaking in just the last couple of years there. Squeaking in just the last couple of years. Pregnant yet. Not even eligible for marriage yet. Oh, are they actually in a civil war? Oh, just a liberty war, right. Okay, that's not as exciting. I swear, it's like Crusader Kings 2. You see one of your neighbours is fighting a war. It's like, oh, this could be my opportunity. Crusader Kings 3 is not quite as useful. So, did I declare war or claim? We can't do both, unfortunately. So, do we actually need both for this? Yes, we do. Okay, right. Then I know what I'm going to do, especially seeing as it looks like you are about to lose that war of yours. So raise all of those and hopefully we're going to be able to manage and yeah, okay, that was the good choice, because then we are then a buffer against Aquitaine, especially as it doesn't look like we are allied with you anymore. You have very, very few troops, actually. You have very, very few troops. And we have a son. Of course. The one child that gets the pure-blooded trait. Only. Oh, no, no, actually, our oldest son did get pure-blooded. But that is very, very disappointing. To have only him only getting that pure-blooded trait. Hey, yeah, on top, how you doing? Like, lurking, just had to say that music slaps. Yes, Paradox games can and do have some of the best music. Basically, bar none. Oh, thank you for feeding the dragon. Okay. Help you increase your learning at least a little bit. But yeah, I hope your day's going well. And yeah, thanks for the lurk. New learning. Let's go with carefree. We are starting to rack up the stress at least a little tiny bit. Not what we want to do. And our Chancellor just died. Good thing we have someone who is a lot better at it. Okay, right. So at 100%, we can convince people to hand over one of these 3 bits of territory over to us. However, okay, we'll swap you 2 over and then get in a better Chancellor. Unfortunately, is going to be you. Can we get in? No, we can't get in a better spy master because you used a favour to get yourself into that position. Ugh. Okay, so actually, let me take a moment. So, Old Vasconia. Okay, so Gascoigne, yes. So we probably do want to focus on that then. Okay, I don't quite understand what it's trying to say there. Like, you are the de jure liege, but not the current ruler of the target county. Is that because that's owned by a vassal? No, that is also... I have no idea, to be honest. Well, anyway, let's just grab that one and just see what happens. Yeah, sure, we'll accept a friendship. Can't hurt, can it? Okay, and there we go. We claim that bit of territory. So now we need to... Okay, we can't disband all our troops because we don't actually... We are still technically at war. Let's just disband it there. So can we... Yes, we can. So low feudal obligations? Apparently no. But religious exemption? Yes, you will. Okay, so we'll accept that one then. You will now become our vassal. There we go. Excellent. I don't overly care that you're not going to be of the same religion because we're going to be changing that before too long. Okay, so Barcelona. You have not yet had a child, so I want to wait until you do, just so we can make 100% sure that that is going to be secured. You are married to one of our sons, not matrilineally, so that child will be of our dynasty. So how many areas in Old Vasconia do we have now then? Oh, that is getting better. That is getting better. Still. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment. Once we get Barcelona in, then hopefully... Where are all our Y chromosomes going? Seriously. Where are all your Y chromosomes? We need a son. We need a son. Okay, so compromise. What are we going to have here? Okay, so yeah, that is just going to be the same. Okay, so that is our 16-year-old. Send proposal, because that will hopefully... No, because he's basically no one of note anymore. Oh well. Oh well. That has also reminded me... Oh, 100 gold. Okay, yes. There you go. You are free. Are free to leave. Yep, low controlling counties. There, I'm trying to resolve that. Well, in a bit anyway. Upper vassalage. So if we got our military strength up a bit more and try to get his opinion up, it may help. Okay, unique Estonian. Oh, excuse me a moment. Okay, Estonian male. Yes, we'll grab that. I'm not sure if we actually had any armor. Did we? No, we do not. So what does this give us? Oh, it's +2 injury resistance and a bit of prestige. So technically all we need now is a crown. So we need an antiquarian. Yep, let's just put you in. Fortunately, we need a bit more money to commission an artifact. And this is increased control. Yep, we will take that. You'll always take an option to increase control. Hang on a minute. I think this is new. Present during Golden Age. This character was present when a Golden Age of scholarly advance began. Cultural fascination process plus 20%. I think that's new. So cultural fascinations are the ones that we choose. Okay, that is going to be... And that's for 120 years, it said. Wow. That is going to speed us up a lot. That is going to speed us up a massive amount. Okay, that is going to be fun. Okay, so the necklace of ostrich shell beads, attraction opinion +8, so I don't overly mind on that one. Okay, learning education. Yes, I'm trying to get a guardian for this child. And yep, learning means us. Oh no. We have gained the trait infirm. Oh dear. Apparently, just in time for us to unlock a new learning perk. Oh, ouch. So, -3 to all stats, -6 to prowess. Health, severe penalty. But apparently, even despite that, we are still feeling fine. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I betrothed someone to someone else. Apparently I did not. Okay, who can you marry? Who can you marry? We want matrilineal. Will not accept, almost -1,000. Okay, let's try... Nope. Absolutely no one. Okay, you are... Try you then. Matrilineal, yes, would accept. So we can potentially get Gascoigne in a couple of generations. Oh, and Barcelona is apparently in a liberty war. Okay, so that is just a Crown Authority fight, so we don't have to worry about that one. Oh, Aquitaine, Aquitaine, Aquitaine. What can we do with you? We can get one county. Actually, you know what? That's a county we need. That's a county we need, so let's do it. Once again. Should be nice and quick and easy. Okay, inspired guest. Wants to make a shield, considered a master. Go on then, make me a good shield. And a court event. Okay, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Considering the Can Alien bonding, and I apologise, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Hello there, Meow Kelsey. How's the game? The game is going in an interesting direction, I'll just say that. So we are the King of Castile, and we are trying to take over this region of Spain and France. We're trying to get it one little territory bit by bit. We do have one of our sons married to the daughter of the Duke of Barcelona, so I'm hoping with a couple of sneaky little assassinations we might be able to fold that in to our, well, kingdom. I was going to say empire, but no, it's technically just a kingdom at the moment. And then we need to get some territory. Well, that may be enough for us to actually do the decision to champion the faith of the country of Basques. And then we can revive the old religion. Okay, I'm going to split this army in half. Just make sure I choose the one that does not have all the siege weapons to send it over. Oh, new Archbishop. What is your skill level? 9. I mean, that is an improvement over the last guy. But it's an improvement of 1, people. It's an improvement of 1. So anyway, 6 months for that one. Hey. Okay, so unfortunately, we may have our shield artifact of a slightly lower quality. So there we go, a Basque shield. So tier 3, prestige, renown, and court grandeur bonus, of course. And that is, from the looks of it, yes, one that goes in our court rather than one we can necessarily use ourselves. Okay, there we go, so we can put that one up there. So, sort by acquisition date. And just make sure, yep, everything looks decent enough. We are getting quite a few different artifacts here. It's always nice to have a look at and just see. Okay, so we're just basically sieging down a bunch of Aquitaine's territory just to get some more war score down. Because annoyingly, we only just want this one little bit of territory. Ooh, I wasn't expecting this follow-up. So we disbanded a couple of thieves guilds. By basically blackmailing someone into telling us where they were. Okay, so we can say, so Alfonso, the King of Thieves, nervously holds a pouch coin in one hand and a concealed weapon in the other. So he will pay 15 gold to us, depart for the county of Napoli and disappear. How about you join my ranks? You are 28 in terms of we will enter a lethal duel. I mean, we are infirm, so we've got prowess of 5. So does he. Yeah, I don't think. We'll just say we'll help you leave for Italy then. Because we are probably not wanting to get into too much detail with all of those aspects. And unfortunately, this war is probably going to take a while. Hey. actually, I'll get you to come back over here and fight them, because things are going to be... am I the purple? No, we are the yellow here, or the yellowy gold, depending on your point of view. We're fighting against a couple of the people in purple at the moment. Basically, we're fighting against Aquitaine to gain this one little bit of territory. And then we're also going to need to potentially fight and take some territory from Gascoigne at some point as well. And then we also want to try and get Barcelona here in the brown. Oh, there we go. And enforce demands. That gives us one more bit of territory. We cannot disband while in enemy land. That is fine. We've kind of slowly cut through you. The armies are raised. We are in debt, of course. All of those good things. So disease resistance. Oh, we lose the trait zealous with that one. 93% chance we convince our archbishop. Nah. Never a guarantee, even when it's that high. Never a guarantee. So Barcelona. Minus 61 on offer vassalage. Minus 75 on offer vassalage. 417 because you are of a different religion to us. Okay. Fine, yep. We'll spend more money and get everyone equipped. Spend more money and get all of our people equipped with good quality items. Okay, so this is just the musician thing again, so we'll just say how pretty. Are you sure that's the person you wanted to actually marry? I mean, I'm not saying about the age gap. I'm honestly saying about the fact that she's probably got about 5 years to actually give you a child. And honestly... Okay, House Carling. Okay, so it will be in the same family, mostly. Okay, so forgiving, wrathful, fickle. Again, we'll just say forgiving. So let's have a look for any potential good spouses for you. You are 9. Don't think we'll want to marry him to his own cousin, which is unfortunate because that's where all the good traits are. Is always where the good traits are, isn't there? Okay, it doesn't say related, but they are of the same house. Okay, so there is this person here. Doesn't look to be related to anyone, but I'm probably want to keep her for like betrothing to a grandson by you two. If you would have a boy, please have a boy. Liberty faction. Oh yeah, that reminds me, we can actually move up to High Crown Authority. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do county control there, because despite the fact that it's going to take absolutely ages, it is really, really impacting us at the moment. So if we do manage domain, that gets us 0.1 extra gold. Probably not worth it, so we'll just go back to assist ruler. I was going to say, is that going to give me a little bit of gold? Unfortunately not. But what will get us some gold is ransoming some prisoners and asking the Pope for some money. So 50 gold, 30 and 50. Sure. And then we will just negotiate your release. And there we go, we are in the positive, just like that. Oh, Duchy of Armagnac. Okay, we'll probably actually do that soon. Because that will at least give us the duchy that we can control. Okay, oh my goodness, okay, right. So do you want to go to Western Europe? Your skill is merely decent. Forge a crown. Yes, we need a crown. We need a crown. I don't care. We need a crown. And make a box. Sure. We'll give you some money. But yes, a crown is pretty much the one thing we are missing from all of this. So let me just see. Through prowess and knight effectiveness versus prowess and hostile scheme power. No, we don't want to do that. Still not had a child. Okay, inspiration, flawed jewel. Distracted by affairs of court, I let news from my metalsmith be delayed more and more. Work has completely stalled on the crown, and it seems I was not entirely to blame. I am told he spends his funding drinking sack wine and clowning in the taverns of Neha. So, let's just say, see that things get back on track. We'll gain back 1 progress. If the option to basically terrorize him into working, then I would have, if that hadn't made it less likely to be good, then I probably would have pressed that one. Otherwise, well. Okay, envious artisan. Okay, you know what? I'll just say she's not happy. I'll match your funding, fine. 4-player chessboard is in terrible condition. Oof. Is that... Still got 23 years left on it. 110 gold. Ouch. So it doesn't look like we actually paid it, but it's just ouch. Regardless. I know I'm in debt is one good at anything. Oof. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap you around because 31 diplomacy, I cannot give that up. So what do we have here? Bestow royal favour, integrate title, domestic affairs. Yeah, we'll set you to domestic affairs because one of those improved feudal contract could be very, very useful for us. Could be very, very useful. And also, speaking of that, we probably want to get a claim on Biscaya. And we'll just say leave him alone. Don't overly think there's anything necessary for that one. Gascoigne military strength is similar to ours. Obviously allied to us, but they will not accept vassalage. Okay, and we have a jewelry casket. A bit of piety and court grandeur. So naturally, not hold court. We don't want to do that one. We will. That is unfortunate. Okay, so what ones do we have? Prestige for dread. Diplomacy for devotion. Prestige court grandeur bonus. Okay, I think we'll replace that one. There we go. And then our next one will be a crown. So we can finally actually deck ourselves out in full fancy regalia. Hey, fine. You want to put me into debt again? Fine. I'll go into debt. Okay, and there we go. Ladomia's crown. Prestige, monthly renown, vassal limit plus 10, and building construction cost minus 5%. There we go. So let's equip that. There we go. So obviously getting a better weapon and better armor would be good. Unfortunately, we can't overly work on that just yet because we need a load more money. A load more money. Medium boost to our health. I'm surprised we're actually still around considering our infirm. I'm really surprised by that, if I'm being honest. Can I actually see? Yeah, I don't think necessarily going to war against him is going to actually work, so we'll just cancel that one. Oh, that could be useful. You've got some good traits here. Let's just do matrilineal and age and just see. Yeah, I thought they might be related. So this is our niece in... Right, yeah, okay, so they are related, so we won't do that one. Okay, our coppers are almost empty. Nope, the crown is only coming off once I'm dead. We'll be back in the positive in 2 months. Be patient. We'll be back in the positive in about 2 months. Okay, so diplomacy. Unfortunately, you do have a touch of gout, which is not going to be good. Either way. Ooh. So this is all of Zenzia. But anyway, yes, we are back in the positive. We are still earning money. No need to panic. So considering that, so our baseline is 58, so we could drop a couple of things down. Yep, so that will save us about 0.7 gold a month. So we're not quite as prosperous as we were with our previous ruler, so we'll just drop all of those down one level. Everyone should be happy enough because it's not like it's at the absolute bottom. The meager amounts that we could potentially provide. Can we do while we're waiting? Okay, apparently you've already died anyway. So an elaborate ploy against novice knights. Not quite sure what's going to happen. It has been brought to my attention that Yelma, a renowned Christian playwright, intends to hold a performance of her work titled Mephistopheles' Inferno. Dante's Inferno by another name. So, a pious night at the theatre it is. Yes, a pious night at the theatre it is. The prose, the performance, all of it makes me feel as though I'm witnessing the events of the scripture unfold before me. So, pay 30 gold, gain 50 piety, 50 learning lifestyle experience, and lose 18 stress. Or we could say I can write better than this. So, we are 22, she is 4. For a learning lifestyle perk. Let's try that. Been quite some time since I originally vowed to outdo the inferior work. 2,000 Castilian Knights. 2,000 Castilian Knights. So who should play the lead role? So a duel with diplomacy. We are 19 versus her 9. Crusader. I don't know why that say it is father's time to shine when it's our son. Or host is a natural charmer. Okay, yeah, I think these labels are a little bit mislabeled. Let me just say. And thank you for fielding the dragon, Meow Kelsey. Oh, let's go for our Archbishop and just see what happens. Dramatic debut. Nope, even before we reach the end, the theatre seat's empty and I am left a disgrace. Perhaps playing is not for me. Well, that hasn't gone quite how I wanted it, especially seeing as the, yeah. Not exactly going to enjoy that too much, are ya? So apparently these are actually going to split apart upon your death. That could be quite interesting to see. So obviously the Duchy of Gascoigne. And then the Duchy of Aquitaine. So yes, it will more or less actually split the realm in half. So we'll just wait for that, I think. How have you not had a child? Oh my goodness. Seriously, how have you not had a child? A inspiration, adventurer, decent. Yeah, he's not going to overly accept this, is he? How are we doing on this? Pretty much 20%. towards conciliation, or compromise rather. Okay, another child and another daughter. Thankfully, these ones are actually starting, or these ones do have some decent traits. It's just I wish I could say the same for some of the others. Let's see who I can potentially marry you off to. 10 years old. And obviously we want to try and reinforce those good traits without reinforcing the bad ones if we can. Oh wait, wrong person. We want okay, apparently we can't actually okay, yeah. No, don't mind my mutterings as such. I'm just trying to think this all through. Yes, you keep on telling me about her. I don't care. She wants to go on an adventure to Western Europe, sure, but she doesn't overly have the skill for me to pay her. Head of Faith for Gold? Of course. The Duchy of Armagnac is going to cost us 250 gold. We'll wait for that for a little bit because he should not fall out of our realm. Yeah, we probably want to reinforce our military. Make some points. So that's the garrison. What other lands do we have? Leon. Okay, that is just someone else is, or some people in the county or in the kingdom are worshipping the quote-unquote wrong person. Okay, so callous. Not callous, we're... Yeah, you don't really have a good contrast to that one. This one we can upgrade quite a few. So probably wooden barracks or... Okay, that's going to be garrison. That'll be levies. And this one we've got hunters' lodges. Yeah, let's upgrade this one. Oh, there we go. Feudal taxes to us are increased. That is what I wanted to see. That is indeed what I wanted to see. I don't think there were any others we could really upgrade here. But we could always do a hunting ground here. That will get us 90 gold. This one is owned by us. So we probably don't have... Yeah, so not the hill forts. Okay, so that will hopefully get us at least a little bit more in terms of troops. Sure, you can have that book. Cultural fascination process plus 35%. That will help us even more. Okay, I'll just say that is truly heartfelt. So that will be in 5 years. So that is going to increase massively. Game of chess? Sure. So martial versus intrigue, so that's probably not going to be a good one. Intrigue by learning, that's probably not going to be a good one. And learning countered by martial, let's do that one. Neck and neck, try that one. I'm in the lead. Let's try martial. In the lead for now, the game is rapidly coming to a head. We'll say just as planned, and good game. So this is, we would lose the trait zealous again. Look to the scriptures for guidance, because we are... Stop telling me about that person. Okay, right. Okay, so Fanatic 31. No, you do not need. 23 versus 11. And 7 versus 17. Let's just see if that's done anything. Not quite yet. What's this one? The Gallant Knight. There you go. I will speak well of him. Ah. Right, how did you die? Died in captivity. Ah, so that's slightly annoying. But it does mean we no longer have an alliance with you, so we can freely declare war. Let's just have a look through all of the... Don't want that or that. So we'll actually go for... Yeah. Okay, their military strength is similar to ours, so we probably need to wait and try and build up a few things. Oh dear, typhus. Do no more than what is necessary. Reduce disease symptoms for a year. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. How much money do you have? 600, pretty much. Okay, so unless we have a load of money for mercenaries, that's probably not going to help us out. Son and heir has recovered from typhus. Okay, so we have light footmen, light horsemen, armoured footmen. So Caballero, how are you different from regular light horsemen? So in hills, plains and dry lands you are good. Mountains, desert mountains and wetlands not so good. So let me just see. So in mountains, -10 damage and -15 damage. Versus -8 and -12. So you are better. Stats are pretty much the same. So we'll do that one and we will disband or destroy this one. See? Increase the size of this one a bit more. A bit more. There we go. Okay, so this is our second youngest son. He's gained a level 3 education. Oh my goodness, I'm not a bot. Are we trying to make sure our dragon's very, very much fully fed today? Yeah, okay, I definitely need to get you someone. I'm sure he's going to be stuffed before too long. I'm sure the dragon's going to be stuffed before too long. Okay, so... Oh, and dragon breeding. Let's have a look. Oh, that one's got some interesting eyes. That one definitely has some interesting eyes. So what traits do I want to reinforce here? Which is a little bit frustrating because pretty much everyone that's got more than one positive trait is related. Everyone that's got more than one positive trait is pretty much related. So I think actually try and find someone. Let's, yeah, just do you. Completely random person. Okay, so someone has gravely insulted you. They will do a 50-50. Okay, yep. Agnes has fabricated the entire thing. They will get her to apologise. Oh, okay, we have a decision. We have a fascinating decision. We can break with Rome. So, our level of devotion is Paragon of Virtue or above, and we must hold at least 12 same faith counties. So, what does this happen? So, what does this mean? We will create a Mozarabism head of faith, but permanently lose this trait. So, we will lose the right tenant. We will gain armed pilgrimages. We will lose pluralist and gain fundamentalist. And if we reform our faith to be more fundamentalist, oh my goodness. Change phase to opportunity. Oh. Right, okay, which one do we want? Oh, we definitely don't want pacifism, I'm sorry. So we can get Islamic syncretism and temporal and revocable. Ooh. So pluralist. Yes, let's go for that one. Okay, so this person wants a great armada. So consider the endeavour sponsored. Yes, we'll go for that one. Okay, so freedom from the shackles of Rome. It's taken years to build the political and spiritual unity to muster this conclave, but I finally brought enough of the peasantry and clergy to my banners to meaningfully repudiate their false Pope Leo. Even now, the passageways and guest rooms of Nahera throng with argumentative clerics and impassioned bishops. Every aggravated friar and petty priest that Rome has ever snubbed clogging my halls. All this debate is crucial for legitimacy, but ultimately, as the preeminent Mozarabic ruler, my word shall be the final deciding vote. So the Son of God taught peace, and we shall follow. Nope. Even without Rome, we will know the value of defending our own. So what would we get? Fundamentalist, or nope, we will gain. So we'll go for is Islam not a religion of the book too? There we go. So a struggle catalyst has been triggered. And let me have a look. We can now finally change who our bloody archbishop is. So we can actually assign someone who's better at the job. We can actually assign someone who's better at the job. So that's 4 years. Okay, right. So do we have a better steward? No, not without changing Fanatic over, and we don't really want to do that. Oof. Okay, that is definitely going to be an interesting thing. So who is our current Pope? I say, where are you? Okay, you're located in Galicia. And of course you absolutely love us. Because, oh no, actually not, because we just split off from Rome. But basically because we're a paragon of virtue, core grandeur is above expected level, faithful and robust. Okay, yeah, so that is going to be very interesting for us temporarily while we wait to be able to do this one. Because once again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9. So pretty much we just want Barcelona to fall into our hands. And for that, we need you to get pregnant and have a child. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. Just have a child. Because at this rate, we're going to be going for either... We're going to have to go for the one that's inbred to even get a chance. Yep, show you in and serve me well. So unfortunately, even if we weren't in debt, we cannot declare the war, because it would break the alliance. Oh well, that will be fine. You're in debt, we can demand payment. I think we're fine on that one. New learning lifestyle perk. As we'll do planned cultivation. Yeah, I didn't actually quite realise that putting our son in this position would make him obviously religious and mean that he effectively gets disinherited. So Emir Zahir of... Okay, that one down there. Well, we already have a shell, so... we might as well just say we'll leave it. Because we already have it. Ooh, when did you get blinded? Ooh, when did you get blinded? A good thing we're not Greek, otherwise that would disinherit you. No, we'll say we've had quite enough. We're not going to be drunk. We do need to keep things at least somewhat manageable. I don't know why I keep on looking on this one. Because obviously they are never, ever, ever going to let us vassalize. Yeah, minus 380. Oh, okay, I did not see what that one was. Never mind. Vassalage minus 124. We are of a different faith. Ah, yes, because you're Catholic. And we are technically Mozarabic. Oh, yeah, we obviously can't vassalize you because you are a king. Okay, so what would foment revolt mean? Oh, a random county. Oh, that is not... Yeah, that is less, Okay, so that's a border raid. Do we... that. That is our vassal. Yeah, I'll just let them fight it out. It's not like it's a war that's going to drag any territory in or out. 75 gold. Oh. Okay, I didn't click that one in enough time, apparently. So, struggle clash. So we'd get 2 territories. That one, unfortunately, would only be 8. He's the County of Navarre. No, we don't want to do that one. Gascoigne. Oh, we could do a holy war. 700 piety. Castile, Kingdom of Navarre, Kingdom of Aquitaine. That would be tempting, but I believe it does also mean... Okay, we won't do that one. Duchy of Iberia, Vascaia, Gascoigne, Aquitaine. So we could go for the Duchy of Gascoigne. Okay, that is the D. The one that is the same territory, and that is... Ooh, actually that one could be quite good. With the Duchy of Gascoigne, and it would also mean you would be our vassal. So let's just check the borders. I know I keep on doing this. But I need to. That could actually be enough for us. So let's have a look at that again. They declare war. Carlos. Duchy of Gascoigne. That looks almost enough. So declare war. I've got a head of faith for some gold. We want allies. 5,000 troops. 234, we won't bother with that one. I have no idea where you are. Oh, okay, pretty much right in the middle of France. We won't worry about that one. Dynasty members, you have 1,600. And you have... Okay, yeah. We might as well call both of you into war. Just so we can actually get all of that territory. So raise all of these here. There's a bit of a tax refund. Allies joining in. So let's go. Oh, hang on. Hang on, we want to wait here. Probably. Yeah. A new learning lifestyle perk. Folly circles, and this is demand artifact. No. Okay, the age of the world, and they will consult with more priests. And there we go, even with all of their troops piling in, we still won that. So let's honestly just go through and just absolutely wreck their land. So they have taken a boat somewhere. Let's have to keep an eye out where. But that will take a good chunk of money. Oh no, actually they're back here. A chronicle writing has been discovered. We can choose a new fascination. So 4 years to 21 months. I think I'll unlock Burrs, and that will take 11 years. Nope. We are fine without you. You are... Okay, I'm pretty sure I married you two off for an alliance, so that is pretty much, not really worthwhile. Sorry. Sorry to say. Extra 90 gold is not bad. convert faith. Been done. Okay, so control 8 years. We'll put you over there for 8 months. And it actually looks like we might be able to pull this off at a reasonable pace, I say. Hopefully that's not going to be overconfidence and hubris, which is almost always my downfall. There we go. So be it. There we go. So disband all armies. Prisoners can be ransomed, so let's go and have a look. Who is worth anything? 50, 10, 10, 10. Yep, might as well ransom all of you then. Oh, have you not actually got any money left? Boo. So control in Lyon. Change that in a moment. Because when you say low control, 5 years. When you say low control is 74. So that's not that bad, relatively speaking. Put you up in Santiago. And let's see, what are we missing here? So we completely control at least 9 counties from Old Vasconia. So at least one of these. Okay. So we need 2 sinful traits or 2 traits that are virtuous in this one, which is brave, just, compassionate, stubborn, or giant. Well, our sun is giant. Let me just have a look. Our sun is giant and no, forgiving, craven, and lazy. Thing is, he is craven, but he's not fickle or anything like that. Obviously, we're fickle, but zealous. And you are cynical. Oh, and you're finally pregnant. You're finally pregnant, okay. So the thing is... So, basically, I can flagellate myself. That will impact my health. I am infirm, so I could honestly wait. As much as I would hate to do it, I could disinherit my eldest son. So our second son becomes heir. And because he is cynical, we should conform to the requirements on this one. Oh. Oh, I really, really don't know what to do. But I suppose we've got a bit of time to wait for that anyway. So yeah, unfortunately, some of these are better off when you actually get them as, you know, when you're young. Oh, okay, so you've come of age. Level 2. I suppose it's a fine. And a child who is woefully underwhelming. Especially considering his cousin who was just born. Okay, right. Oh dear. Son has come down with leprosy. Time has come for drastic measures. So gained greatly reduced disease symptoms, but unfortunately is now disfigured. We want more piety, so we'll go for that one. Okay, so this is the farmer's billhook almost. So 65, no. It wasn't overly special to begin with. Okay, band of lost birds again. Okay, we'll implore them to leave, and yep, that gave a peaceful one. Loyalty hook on you, you're not amazing. So we won't worry about it too much. Let's say that is truly heartfelt once again. Ah, yes. So I've actually seen the follow-up to this one. So we will say her genius will be nurtured. Indeed, we will do that. Okay, someone's plotting against me again. Okay, so you are now actually the ruler, so maybe you'll pop out a couple more kids and help reinforce that, and maybe bring it into our territory. Okay, so you are now just the Duke of Aquitaine, and you would not accept vassalage because obviously different faith, all that good stuff. That good stuff. An alliance with... Probably not. Family members can get married. Because you have, on the looks of it, will reach the age of maturity. So let's see if we can find some good people for you then. So what do we want to reinforce here? Probably, ideally, that beautiful trait would be good. So we'll do that one. Our grandson and knight. So once again, 16. And try and avoid anyone he's actually related to. And is there... Yes, there is someone with the pretty trait. Matrilineal. And you are 19. Let's just see. Do you. And we can ransom you for 10 gold. We can declare wars on a few people. Impaler of Leon. So struggle clash, we could gain quite a few bits of territory there. Order raid for 1 bit. And the claims on Benevente. Really have any alliances of Amaya, who is one of our vassals. So that wouldn't really count for anything then. That trait, inhospitable host. Apparently we are wavering between level 5 and level 6 on our court grandeur. Our baseline is 47. Is that a little bit lower than I was expecting? I guess we could always go up to decent food and that would bump us up to over. Yep, there we go. Baseline of 51. That would help us out. Whoa! Okay, my cousin has laid claim to the kingdom of Castile. Right, that was an interesting sound effect. Let me just say that. That basically is throwing a knife. Oh, we could actually found our own holy order, but I think I will wait until we've changed our faith to do that. So mangonels have been discovered. So what is... The birds are our current cultural fascination and horseshoes are our current exposure. Right, okay, I need to take a quick break. So as per the norm, I will run an ad break while I'm away. And while I'm doing so, I'll probably also go and feed my cat just because I know it's a bit early, but I might as well go and do that while I'm up. So we'll be back in hopefully just a short while. Let me just get that set up. And I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Ugh, okay, let me just get my set back on. And clear that. Okay, all right, and back. Continue on. Yeah, Ollie Fluff has been fed. He's pushing around his little feeder bowl. Just so he doesn't just grab his food and eat it all at once. Okay, so an armada ahead of time. I believe you will find the design most pleasing. Though utilises clinker-built ribs made for making for a simultaneously sturdier yet lighter hull. Then above it lies the most unique piece, its imposing castle-like building upon the deck. Finally, the ship uses many great rows of oars, making the vessel as steadfast as the will of those manning it. So we've gained advanced maritime technology for 50 years. Embarkment cost minus 65%, naval speed plus 35%, and coastal advantage plus 2. Wow. That's going to be quite impressive. That is going to be quite impressive. We can... Oh yeah, I remember that one. Okay, on accept. Enhanced learning. Oh, why wouldn't I? Seriously, why would I not? Oh, and we have 700 gold, because apparently we've been leaving this running for quite a long time. So we might as well go around and probably do a round of upgrades for pretty much everything. We can upgrade the Hunter's Lodge here. That's already being upgraded. So do we upgrade the fort, or I think we'll upgrade the pastures. And over here, yep, once again the Hunter's Lodge. That almost wipes all of our money out, but hopefully should once again give us a little bit more troops to work with. Especially seeing as, so 85 gold for that one. Okay, we'll just say look to the scriptures for guidance once again. And yes, we probably want to disband all of our onagers and make sure we get some mangonels. So our daughter has had another child. So we'll just do so, and mangonels. There we go, create that. So this is granddaughter has given birth. Oh, not quite what I was anticipating, but still pretty good. I will say still pretty good. And then another grandchild who's just got the handsome trait. One ankle has expired. Fine. Yeah, you're seriously just going to have that one child, aren't you? No, sorry. I don't want to play a game of chess right now. Gained an indebted hook. Well, I know what a hook is. I don't know what the indebted one would be. Okay, is there any way? Is there any way? Okay, so this is someone who is in Catholicism. His persistent attempts to convert everyone to his foreign cult. Okay, so we can say kick that fool out. He can preach to the rats, or enough of this blasphemy. We lose 24... Oh, he's killed by us. No, we don't actually want that one. So we could just say he'll preach to the rats for all I care. And then negotiate release, demand conversion. Will not accept because he is zealous. Right. So rivals with our Pope. is there any way we can send someone to aggravate him? Unfortunately, fabricate claim, convert faith, religious relations. We probably don't really want to do any of those. These controlling counties would probably be a good idea. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to overly annoy our bishop. Though apparently if we had the next level of devotion, we could potentially get consecrated bloodline. Dynasty of many crowns is okay, 10 independent rulers, king level or above. Obviously from Portugal we don't have all of those territories. So we obviously need Toledo to do either of those. Found a holy order. We needed a bunch of gold. That is fine. I am really surprised we're hanging in here. Seriously, really surprised. How is our son doing? Good health. And you are feeling fine. Struggle catalyst has been triggered. Yeah, conciliation is majorly leading on this one. You know what, I'm going to go for it. So I think we will just send all of you over here. Oh, the Knights Templar have been called. Okay, you probably want to avoid. No, that was bad. Okay. Ally 5,000, yes. Dynasty member 1,700, yes. 823, no, we won't worry about that one. We don't want to ask our head of faith for gold because we should be fine for the moment. A dangerous faction, lower county control. Okay, so treating our son's leprosy. So fairly certain a simple tincture would suffice, so we will do that. Because I presume by saying so, you know what you are doing. Oh, one of our councillors just died. That was our steward. No one is really that good. We'll just assign you to it then. Okay, so this is an interesting thing, because this is one that we'd seen before, but because we are zealous now, we gain 20 dread and forced damsels to distress. So of course, because it is a trait-backed one, we will obviously grab that one. Okay, we'll grant you a tax lien simply because I do not have the time to work against you. Okay, there's the barony. Okay, I'm gonna reduce the speed a little bit because this is being quite chaotic for the moment. And it looks like the enemy forces don't quite know where to go, at least for the time being. So say let's just wait for them and then probably come up here and join. No, you're not going to come and attack? Hmm. It's making me a little bit suspicious. Is this just the AI not really knowing what to do, or is this the AI trying to bait me into something? I'm not 100% sure. But I'm never 100% sure with the AI in this game. We'll bump up the speed a little bit more. So they are losing 5 a month and 5% attrition a month. So if they just basically keep on wandering around, they're just going to keep losing troops. They're just going to keep losing troops. Okay, so this is always a fun one. Learn on the job. 20% of your counsellor's primary skills added to your own. And considering one of our counsellors has 32 diplomacy, let's just have a look. 22 to 27. Yeah, they're going up here. They look like they're going to come across here to attack me. And then they just retreat. And then they'll go back here. And then they'll split apart. And then they'll wait there for a little bit. Oh no, they're actually changing tactics. They're actually changing tactics. They say, are they at war with someone else? No, they are not. They're just... The AI is just bugging out a little bit. Okay, that siege has been won. Let's come all the way down here. With 22%. Okay, and our ally AI... or our AI ally troops, I'm not really sure there's a better way to say that, have taken Q and are sieging some other territories. Okay, right, now they are massing for an attack. I'd say that is probably not going to be enough. Lose 250 fame. Okay, I guess we'll accept. Okay. Do I risk coming in here and sieging down their capital? Yes, I do. Because they apparently are not going to do a thing to stop me. Yeah. I love Paradox games, but honestly, sometimes the AI is just broken. Sometimes the AI is just honestly broken. Oh, okay. Oh no, no. Oh, you were good. You were the good one. I guess I've got to put you in the place then. Okay, right. They are massing to attack me. So let's run. I will not accept white peace. Interesting. Gonna say, where? Oh, all the way over here. Right. Anyone else we can call in? Anyone else we can call in that would actually make a difference? Probably not. Ask for some more gold. There we go. And detach from that army. So where? I say, where are all my ally troops? Unfortunately, they're also over here. Right. Oh, and you did actually have a second child and you're pregnant again. Making up for lost time, I see. Okay, no, look. Just stay here. Okay, just stay here. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Plus 50% white peace, nope. -8. Okay, so we're gonna get a solid thrashing here. Taking us down to -18. Okay. Dangerous faction wants the Kingdom of Castile. Well, of course you would wait to do this right now, wouldn't you? Okay, so surrender. All factions against me increase their discontent. Really don't want to do that, but... $850 gold. That may actually help out. So we probably want... So we want to look for pikemen. Armoured footmen don't really do... thing. Yeah, we can't afford any of those ones. If we hire you, that gives us 800 extra troops. Okay, and let's merge you two together. So our current commander. Let me just see if there's anyone better. There probably is not. Military engineer. Okay, yep, show you in. I say, okay, where have most of your troops gone? Because they look fairly scattered. That's better. That's the troop numbers I was looking for. That's the troop those are the troop numbers I was looking for. Okay, paying homage. Yeah, sure. Please enter deposit the gold on your left. What is your opinion of me? Plus 15, plus 35. You know, plus 15 is fine. We're not going to turn down gold. We're really going to turn down gold. Okay, that was a bad battle to walk into. Don't think you're going to get here in time to reinforce me. No. Thankfully, that's only taken us down to 64%. Unfortunately, you are kind of walking all the way across here. Okay, a random Oldham. Learning lifestyle perks, sanctioned loopholes, buy claims. We don't actually want to worry about too much here now. actually we'll just wait there and then come across here. Okay, you are somewhat following me now. There we go. Come on, come in, reinforce please. Yes, there we go. Okay, and our wife has died. Apparently there was little love lost between us because we have lost 18 stress. And please give me a moment while we pause the battle and find ourselves a new wife. So reset to defaults, and we want probably someone who is infertile and good stewardship, but not neglecting other stats if at all possible. Let's have a look at if there's any decent martial characters. Actually, you would probably suffice. Yeah, let's remove that and send a proposal. And then we can come back here and watch this battle. There we go, excellent. Okay, we should handily win this one then. There we go, 100%. And enforce demands, and we are 7 out of 5 territories. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to come through and help you before you hit minus 100. Nope, there we go. There we go, so be it. Alright, disband all troops, people. Disband all troops. So obviously we are 2 above our domain limit. So we need to have a look at the ones that we just immediately basically gained. So Porto is owned by someone. Monterey is not. Oh, is owned by us, I should say. So for popular opinion. So we will grant to a noble of our culture and faith. That's -1. And so I was going to say Monterey will disappear in a moment. And then this county, whatever this one is. Okay, apparently we own that one and that one then. Huh. Might as well give this one away then. So yeah, once again, grant to a noble of the Basque culture and Mozarabic faith. And there we go, we are down to 5 out of 5 main. Family members can get married. Let's do once again fertile inheritable, matrilineal, and obviously sort by age still because we do want that. Ah, I was going to say that's why you're so good, because you're technically yes. Well, I married my who is that? My niece to you. There's actually a lowborn here. Okay, I have no idea who your parents are, but I'm pinning you and finding someone good to marry. Okay, so you are 16. Let's betroth the 2 of you. And you are 18. Let's find a matrilineal match once again. Someone who is at least half decent. Do you two? Okay, so you are married. I can stop that. Arrange marriage. So, age. So you two would. Yeah, let's do that. I know there's a pretty decent age gap there, but we'll do that anyway. Okay, so this is difficult. This is going to be so difficult. So it's 2 virtues or 2... Well, 2 virtues or 2 vices, or excommunicated or cynical, or level of devotion is no more than sinner, or rivals. So no, you are not good in that regards at all. Neither are you. Okay, you do have giant and generous. No. Just brave and a load of other things that I can't remember at the moment. Okay, what about... I am really not sure how to do all of this. You are obviously not in line to inherit at all. It honestly may be better to disinherit him. Like, unless... No, you're not going to have another child. Yeah, I'm really not sure how to go about that and how to actually manage it. Because it seems decent enough having 2 virtues or 2 vices, or being excommunicated, or having a low piety, or being rivals with your head of faith. It's just going to be at least a little bit difficult. Those saucy readings. Okay, right, purify them with fire or culture comes in any form. So this is going to be another one where I do a coin flip. So as the same previous one, it is going to be heads for the top one, tails for the bottom one. So heads it is, so purify them with fire. I hate the idea of burning books. I so hate the idea of burning books. So this scallop shell has... Yep, we'll repair that one. Probably worth just checking on any other ones. So the battle axe. Might as well repair that as well. And the necklace will cost 63 gold to repair. Oh, we'll have that money in 8 months. That should be fine. Speed up Lotharingia. Okay. France is definitely becoming a little bit of a mess. Okay, yeah, we'll look to the scriptures for guidance. So, Olian. Okay, inspirations, magnificent weapon, 78 gold. Yes. So, something that can both slash and pierce flesh. So 50-50 dagger or sword. 33% each of an axe, hammer or mace. Prefer to keep enemies at a distance. We would gain a spear. Or, no, I trust your judgment. I trust your judgment on that. Surprise me. We'll just say there's no need for dedication. Oh, and we've discovered a new fascination. So that was that one. So have a look. Bailiffs could be interesting. Yep, communal government, so that will be 9 years. And horseshoes will be in about 15 years. Okay, fine, we'll ransom out that person. And let's... Okay, you won't convert. You will, however. Yep, sure, new forge, we'll do that. Okay, what titles can be created? The Duchy of Armagnac and the Kingdom of Galicia. Okay, so be cautious, do no more than is necessary. Mercenary contract expiring, that is fine. We'll just do a regular parade. Learned Basque. No, the crown is only coming off once I am dead. Nope. I don't want to be seduced by anyone, please and thank you. Wow, okay. I think that is the first time I've actually fully completed all 3 of a tree. So, what do I want to go for? I think honestly, yep, if we just go for domain focus, just to get that potentially extra little bit of money out of things. Okay, so this is a follow-up to the painting in the court. So as the years pass by, it becomes painfully obvious that my granddaughter has neither the talent nor the drive to paint the masterpiece she promised me. So we could just say, the folly of childhood. So the other way that can go around is they do become quite an established painter. It's always a little bit of fun to see. Okay, and there we've got a sword. So prowess +5 and enemy fatal casualties +5%. Compared to prowess +3 and knight effectiveness +2%. Yes. So all we need now is probably actually to get a bit of better armor. So we want to keep an eye out for that one. Let's go ahead of Faith for Gold. I wonder if I keep asking for gold, are you just going to keep getting more and more annoyed at me? And if that's the case... Whoops, I forgot about that. Oh well. Oh well. Nothing too much to worry about there, don't worry. Terracotta toy? Ow, interesting. Another grandchild who has the giant trait. Because apparently that's being quite popular in our dynasty now. Ooh. Apparently I didn't get you two married off quick enough. You've had a child out of wedlock. Hey, you just lost a spouse, apparently. You just lost a spouse. Let's do the other way. Okay, so you're 29 years old. You can still have a child or two. So let's see. Okay, apparently we've got a fair few bits of low control. Might as well actually go and, you know, change those. Might as well perform some cultural acceptance as well. Okay, Republican education. That should be something fun to see. The Kingdom of Castile, so that is just you, thankfully. Show you in. Accept your gifts. And what else could we build? What do you mean is not held by me? Am I missing something there? Oh, I mean, maybe. Honestly. Military camps, let's get that one there. We can upgrade the 5 tents or the wooden barracks. Let's obviously do the barracks. And then the same here, and just let that trickle through. And there we go. We will be dead within a year. So I can feel it in my very bones. Death will come for me soon. Like an old friend, he is patiently waiting to receive me. Okay, right. Now is the time to plan. So we need 1,000 prestige and 1,000 piety to do this. And we need the trait cynical, which our son here does have. So you know what? I'm going to risk it. It would be good if I hadn't actually spent all that money. Culture does not have the mystical ancestors tradition. So I'm not sure I'd be able to disinherit anyway. Let me have a look. Not that one, culture. Oh, no, actually that probably means I don't have it. Okay. Yeah, but what artifact? Oh, the 4-player chessboard. Was that actually giving me? Fine, you can have it. Fine, you can have it. Missing 45. Can we get that in time? Can we get that in time? I'm not sure we would be able to. And another one who has laid claim to the Kingdom of Castile. Okay, so we need to be very, very careful. Okay, and I don't know why that is happening at the moment, but I'm not complaining because it means I don't actually have to fight. Okay, 127. Available perks. You know what? We might as well just do the collect taxes plus 25% effectiveness. Might as well just do that. This is more nerve-wracking than it has a right to be. Nah, there we go. Didn't think so. So we ruled for 40 years, and we're 83 years old. May continue as King Crusader the Third. Right, so apparently we are majorly stressed. We need quite a few things sorting out. So obviously let's take a moment. Let's take a moment and have a look at this. Okay, 1000% power. That's going to go away soon. We don't have to worry about that one. Okay, 19 for a Chancellor. Good. 21 for a Steward. Good. 29 for a Marshal. Amazing. 8 for a Spy Master. Not good. But we do have a 17 here who actually likes us. We'll put you in charge. And control. Okay, and your player heir has no spouse. Well, I guess we will better find him one then. So 25 years old. So let's see who is potentially good. We'll get you two betrothed. You do have a spouse, you have a spouse, you have a spouse. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so yeah, we would need to go through and disinherit basically everyone if we wanted to consider so how much did he like us? 47. I swear they're I mean, you know what? I know it's only a 5% plot power, but let's do that because if we do get caught, we are going to be okay, just because you're a fornicator. Because we're going to be caught without a doubt. We're going to be caught without a doubt, but that also hopefully means... There we go, that's better. That's better. 54% plot power, good. Okay, yep. So, what stress relief options do you have? None, by the looks of it. You will not lose stress because you are lazy. We will lose 53 stress. So, yep, send the invitations. And there we go. We're no longer as overwhelmed by stress. That's good. A random incident affecting one of our artifacts, but we will just say these things happen because we are forgiving. It means we reduce our stress. We're closer to forming a friendship. Good. And there we go. Okay, stop being rivals. Yep, sure. Okay, hostility is catching up to conciliation. That could be a curious event. Curious event. And and you are... Okay, basically, who of you has the lowest or highest opinion? They both like me, so... Yeah, yep, we'll send him a gift. He accepts it. So increase control in some of these territories once again. Oh, okay, we can usurp the kingdom of Leon if we had 500 gold. So yeah, 5% chance of it actually happening, 30% chance of it staying secret. Yep, there we go. So the murder scheme has been exposed. I wonder why that is an option, even though it says it's not really going to work. But anyway, does that mean that that's been cancelled? No. $85 gold. Sure. I'm just basically accepting all of these truces just for the gold. It probably takes me longer than 10 years. Ooh. Now, if only you had managed to get the pure-blooded trait, that would have been good. Especially seeing as your older two brothers aren't amazing. Okay, I think I am probably going to just wait and see what happens here with this before ending for the night, because it is getting a little bit late for me. Because I just thought there was a way to obviously irritate and make a rival out of someone. So when can I ask for some more gold? In 9th of June. So court grandeur above expected level. Oh, wait, I actually fulfilled the requirements for this now. Holy Banner of Muhammad. Piety, monthly piety, domain taxes, same faith opinion, and court grandeur bonus. Right, that is good to know. So I'll take that one down and then I'll put this one up. Yeah, okay. That looks like it's done some good work then. Do just a quick check for prisoners. Yeah, pay me money and you can leave. I'm not going to be that harsh. Just pay me money and I'm gonna let you leave. A couple of court events, colourful talent. Yep, so that's the artistic one again. Okay, you gain the Taj of the Craven artifact. Okay, go on then. And inspirations. Forge something wondrous, very competent. Not really. So what was this item? There we go, a trinket. Prowess -1, but hostile scheme resistance +4. Sure. A terracotta toy foul. 0.05 prestige a month. Okay, yeah, let's just leave it at that then. Oh. Okay. So a 5% chance. Well, the spider bit him, but it just didn't quite succeed. They didn't quite succeed. That is definitely an interesting event to behold, let me just say. Wait, Ash. How on earth are you Ashari? Yeah? I don't know how on earth that happened. Right, okay, I'm completely mystified as to why that would have happened. But anyway. Okay, let's just bump up the speed a bit more. And let's see, pass High Crown Authority. Yes. So Estefania, you're okay. Right. Just trying to see if cynical. Okay, I have a plan. It's probably not going to work. Okay, so you two want seats on the council, so you're -28 and -24. Let me see. So it is honestly just you two here, right? So I can assign you, and no, I cannot assign anyone into that position. So that is you, and you, unfortunately. So I think we are going to need to sway you and increase your opinion of us to be able to do this. Because what I am planning... Interesting, you got exactly the same stats. Because what I am planning... Because you are cynical, I can change the inheritance to be equal gender. So that will push our son from 1st to 4th. Then I disinherit our eldest daughter. Then we go to our second daughter, who is cynical. And then we can transition over to a complex mess. Basically, it's a complex mess. And yes, we probably need Oh, okay, actually you will do fine, and we need an antiquarian. Once again, we'll do that. And happy 1066 AD, everyone! We have gone from the first start date in the game to the second one. Okay, no one really good there. No one really good there either. No, I think that may be what we have to do then. Okay, court event. Court tutor. No. No, we'll just say come off it. And that is the same inspiration we've been told about on a couple of occasions. Levy reinforcement rate plus 100%. I think we will go for that one, yes. I think we will indeed go for that one. Yes, I am honestly just trying to think, and think. Might as well max out all of those. We did have our caballeros, didn't we? Armoured footmen, light footmen. Pikemen are probably going to be a good idea as well. Where are caballeros? There they are. Increase that up as well so we can get a few more under our command. And yet another person claiming the Kingdom of Castile. Quite a lot of those. Quite a lot of those at the moment. No, we don't want to do that. No, we'll bite our lip and try and stay focused and hopefully get a good option. No, that just looks like the same one. Forge something wondrous, yes. Take the gold and make sure you are heard. Ask our head of faith for gold. So he'll lose 20 opinion of us again. We'll secure those trade deals and get some more money. Stop telling me about the same one over and over and over again, please. Yep, I will use this wealth wisely. Okay, Count has been swayed. Approves, approves, and approves. Okay, men and women are equal in succession. Pass the law. And there we go. So you are not going to be our next heir. So there we go. Our heir is going to be this person. So okay, we don't have the option to commit suicide anymore. I don't quite know why, but oh well. Honestly, either we will annoy our bishop enough that he will start becoming a rival with us, or we will die and our daughter, who has the cynical trait, will inherit, and then we can finally do that, revive that old faith. 157 gold, don't mind if I do. Okay, so once again, can construct / upgrade. So might as well just do a round of these. So military camps, there we go. Okay, there we go. Minus or 30 stress and life reaffirmed. Halving our stress gain. Oh, a toast to Pope Gonzal's health. We lose 23 stress because we are craven, but a 70% chance the scheme is discovered. Okay, so apparently one of the servants had a drink. So if at first you don't succeed... Oh, our cousin and best friend has died. We gain 8 stress. No chessboard. No playing chess, thank you. Okay. Okay, basically you're good at everything but being a steward. But let's find you and swap you out. Where even you are. There you are. And a new spy master will be you, because you're actually halfway decent at it. I say, is there any better archbishop we can put in? No, there is not. Interesting. Kinslayer, so who did you kill? Okay, but anyway, I think this is going to probably take us a while. Let me just say, this is probably going to take us a while, so I think I am going to call it there for today. Put up the ending stream thing. But we are so close. We are so close to doing the Champion the Faith of the Country Basques. We just basically need to make sure either the Pope hates us with a sinner, we have 2 sinful traits, or 2 traits that are virtuous, we're excommunicated or cynical, and considering our heir has a cynical trait, we should, fingers crossed, let me just quickly check her off screen. So yeah, she's gaining 0.7 prestige a month and 2 piety. So she has 447 prestige and 731 piety. We need 1,000 each for that decision. But hopefully we can do that next time and actually resurrect that old faith and turn Iberia to that faith. So let me just have a look. Is there anyone online that's doing something interesting? Yep. Okay, so let's go and actually say We haven't said hello to White Mage in a while, so let's go and say hello to her and see what she's doing then. So we'll head over to her. And then, so thank you everyone who's come along to watch, look, and all that good stuff. So let's White Mage Chew and our usual raid message if you want to copy that across as well. So thank you very much everyone who's come along to watch, and I hope that I will be able to see you all next time. So thank you very much once again, and have a good rest of the day.